If you've been on this channel long enough, then you'd know that the GTR R34 is my favorite car of all time. Although it's considered to be a fanboy car or just plain overrated, I have my reasons. But there was a time when the R35 was what I considered to be my top car. So what went wrong? Okay, not wrong, but what happened? Well, in true video essay fashion, we have to go all the way back to the beginning. But before I do, I'd like to shamelessly plug my Choro video starring the GTR R34. Let's continue. So, by the time I was born, the R34 GTR was still king of the road in Japan. And because of my Japanese heritage, I got to not only visit Japan at a very young age, but I also got to see my car enthusiast uncle. It was through him that I learned about the R34 and the Nissan Skyline in general. I guess you could say that he played a large role in shaping my interest for cars at a very young age. Now, when I first started drawing cars, I would always draw them as 3 circles, but then I would add round taillights, a spoiler, rectangular headlight and grille, maybe a window, and a door handle, and bam, instant GTR R34. I would do this practically every time. Eventually, it evolved into a rectangle on 2 wheels, and then it became 3-dimensional, and so on. So, I think it's pretty clear that the R34 GTR played a significant role in my childhood. What can I say? This car was everything to me. But then, in the mid-2000s, something shocking was revealed. The Nissan GTR Proto. This was by far one of the coolest things I had ever seen up to that point. It was just awesome. Now, I can't remember how I first found out about it. I think my uncle may have told my mom and then she told me and my brother. But I distinctly remember my brother highlighting the fact that this was going to be the first GTR to be available in America. I remember thinking, wow, we're going to see this car on the roads here. Well, if we were lucky enough to see one. Anyhow, my brother and I became pretty obsessed with this car. I mean, it was just so exciting. But before I go any further, let's talk about the 2001 concept for a bit. You know, this one.
Yeah.
Now look, I know this thing is considered to be very ugly by most people, but personally, I've always kind of liked it. It's unique. But let's not forget, if it weren't for this car, the R35 may have never existed. One more thing before I continue. If you were to ask me what my most requested Choro is, it would be this. Why? Simple. In the Choro HG4 game, this was a playable car, but I was devastated to find out that it doesn't actually exist. So fast forward to the summer of 2008, probably one of the best summer vacations I ever had because we were in Japan for about a month. Anyway, with the release of the R35 in late 2007, this trip gave us the opportunity to potentially see one. So did we? As a matter of fact, yes we did. The funny thing is that we actually weren't supposed to see this particular one because it was parked in a warehouse nearby the Nissan dealer we went to. But my uncle often used this tactic where he would tell the owner or whatever, something like, my nephews from America are visiting Japan and they love cars, so if you could give them permission to take a look, you know, something like that. So after that trip, the R35 continued to be my favorite car, but I still had a soft spot for the R34. However, I don't think I fully realized this, even though it was clear as day. You see, in 2009, I started watching videos on YouTube, and yeah, I watched a lot of videos on the R35, but I also watched a lot of videos on the R34. In fact, around this time, I became really obsessed with the Too Fast Too Furious Skyline. Growing up, I was never a fan of this car. I disliked it because it was silver and not Bayside blue, and I thought the racing stripes looked odd on a Skyline. But one day, I came across a tribute video for the GTR R34, and the uploader had used clips from Too Fast Too Furious. I remember watching bits of Too Fast Too Furious when I was really young, but this was my first time seeing clips from the film in years. And watching this car driving on the highway with the neon underglow made me fall in love with it. And on top of that, I also became obsessed with the police car R34 too. Nevertheless, I still considered the R35 to be my favorite car. But then at one point, I couldn't help but ask myself, is the GTR R35 really my dream car? Or is it just because you can buy one in the US? Now, at the time, I didn't know about the 25-year rule, so I didn't know that you could legally buy a Skyline if it was 25 years or older. But I could not deny the fact that I was still very obsessed with the R34. And then eventually, I want to say in late 2011, I realized that the GTR R34 had won my heart from the start.
一応聞くけど、なんで?
Why are you blue?
Now, don't get me wrong, the R35 is still a great car. Even though the R34 had more of an impact on me, there's no denying the fact that the R35 left an impact on me as well. I'll never forget the excitement I felt when the R35 Proto was first unveiled. And then a couple years later, on our way to Japan, I couldn't help but wonder if we'd see one in person. And of course, I couldn't wait to start collecting toys of it. As a matter of fact, one of the first toys I got was an RC Choro. I sold it a few years ago, so that's why I had to buy this one. But whatever. The point is, the GTR R35 may be my former dream car, but it will always be important to me.
So you're my new driver, eh? If you could beat me, you keep the wheels. Let's ride. All yours, dog.
We suspect one of the local street racing crews may be involved with an international smuggling ring. Your job is to drive. Listen to me. Stay on target or you're gonna get hurt.
好きにばらしていいよね。
That's what I'm talking about. That's how we get things done.
I need that car. They should find Hector, along with all the others you disposed of.
君が殺したんじゃない。
Chow Wu. Very dangerous.
誰に言ってんの?
Oh yeah, quick shout out to XRaider927 for inspiring me to make this video. I received a comment from him a while back asking me if I had an R35 Choro, and I explained that I used to have one but sold it, and even though I had a couple ideas for Choro videos, none of them involved an R35. But then I remembered how obsessed I was with this car as a kid, and so the script just kind of wrote itself. I know this one had a lot of commentary, but it's a little bit easier for me to make videos like this, so yeah. See ya.
ありがとう。